What's going on, YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict bringing my top picks for Week 3 NFL DFS main slate. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. So if you could, before you get started, let's go ahead and drop a like on the video real quick. Only takes a second. Go ahead and hit that little thumbs up right there for me. Or if you don't like what you're hearing, put the thumbs down. It's okay. I like feedback either way it goes. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos that I post. We have NBA season right around the corner, which is one of my favorite times of the year because there's lots of DFS to be played. All right, so let's get into my picks for NFL today. All right, one of my favorite tools of choice is going to be Draft Dashboard for my research. As you can see, guys, a lot of cool tools here. We got a bunch of the recent injury news that's going to be right here. If you scroll through here, you can see some of the updates on the players. Next up is going to be the recent player stock change. So if they move up the depth chart because of somebody's injury, as you can see, Antonio Brown is going down because he got released. Deuces. Mr. McCoy is up, right? Because we had an injury to Damian Williams. So you get the point. These are my watch players that I have right now, guys, as you can see. And then this is the upcoming game, so you know the game times, the channel that they're coming on, and also you have a little weather icon here to let you know. Like, for instance, there's going to be some rain in the Ravens and Chiefs game. There's going to be some rain in this Seattle and Saints game. There's going to be rain here in this the Redskins game. So, again, check it out. Sometimes, you know, if it's in the dome, it doesn't matter about the rain. So let's get into it. So again, we got this NFL cheat sheet that you get as well access to. All right, it has a lot of the top plays for each position, guys. We got sleepers versus sleepers and studs. So these are going to be guys that are under 5K. Right now, Draft Dashboard is updating, so it won't have every single play. But when you go into it on yours, you'll be able to find some sleepers and studs in here, guys. So you get the point. So $1 gets you 30-day access for a trial. Link is in the description of this video. So for $1, you get 4 weeks worth of NFL DFS research and access. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. So once you're done, go through the position optimizer, because again, right now it's updating, so it's not going to have all the up-to-date information. But as you can see, you can go through and select each running back, each receiver, each tight end that you like. As you can see right here, you have a couple options where it shows you your dash rank. It gives you a lot of the vital information as far as the fantasy points per game, how many targets they get in the passing game, how many rushing attempts they get, what's their ownership, the percentage of snaps that they actually play, how often they touch the ball, did they start when it comes to the on season long, percentage of starts in the season long. Again, then projected points is going to be also something that you're going to be very keen on, and then their overall total fantasy points on the year. So once you go through and watch all your players, you can come over to the lineup optimizer and let the draft dashboard optimize your lineup. As you can see, based off of my player pool, this is the lineup that he gave me. It left $300 on the board, which is fine. But if I like the plays, I can go ahead and run with it and hit save. But if I want to change someone, like let's say I don't really like this Buccaneers defense, I want to upgrade, I can go through here, click on that defense, scroll through and see who I like. You know, maybe I want to switch over to San Francisco. Who knows? Whatever. Click on San Francisco, and now you got San Francisco loaded on there, and then you click save. All right, scroll up a little bit higher. You got a mass lineup generator where you can go in there and build multiple lineups. 10, 20, 40, and 100 is your options. I normally go with at least 2 to 3 unique players. I leave my randomness at low. It will use a lot of my players that I watch. If I leave that as low, if I put it high, it would throw in other players that I may not have on my watch list. And in my maximum exposure, I like to leave it around 25%, no more than 40. I never go with 100% of anybody, because if a guy gets injured or hurt, then all my lineups go to the garbage can. So I personally stick with 25, 40% if I really like a lot of my plays, but I normally go with 25. Then you just click generate lineup and let draft dashboard do the heavy lifting. So let's just get into my top plays. All right, this is my 3rd time recording this video, just so you guys know. You can tell by the CSV when I was doing my last video, I had downloaded the CSV. But long story short, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to have a short video this week. So top plays for me right now on the board, as you can see, these guys I'm going to have a very large amount of in my lineups, but I won't have them in every single lineup because, again, I like to diversify when it comes to my players. So Ezekiel Elliott, man, favorite play on the board. Again, it's a no-brainer. playing against Miami. This team is underdog by like 29 points. So they're going to get smashed. And then, of course, Ezekiel Elliott's going to get a lot of work. Again, 8.9K. He's a safe bet because the guy's going to get work. So I would say Zeke is a lock for at least 25 DraftKings points or more. Should be a good night in the office for Zeke Elliott. Dalvin Cook has been on a tear. I'm going to continue to ride that. He gets a favorable matchup. All right. Doesn't look like it on paper, but we know this guy is a workhorse. He's getting 20-plus attempts each game. He's getting a couple of targets, and as you can see, he's scoring the touchdowns, which is very important when it comes to NFL DFS and points. So, Dalvin Cook at home, that's my guy. All righty. Next up is going to be Mr. Emmanuel Sanders, who is a target monster. 13 in the last week and 7 in that first game versus Oakland. But again, touchdown, 28 and 20 DraftKings points. It's only 4.8K. Yes, he has a nice matchup versus Green Bay, but this guy plays in the slot. Flacco's like to dump the ball. Let's go, Emmanuel Sanders. Hollywood Brown, give me some. All right, guys, put up 33 DraftKings points in that first game. He put up 16 in the game versus Arizona, but look at his targets in that game, 13. So clearly Jackson loves this guy when it comes to targets, and so he gets a nice matchup against KC, which should be a fireworks show. And if there's going to be fireworks, this guy, Mr. Brown, is going to be a part of the show. Next up, Aguilar is going to be a guy that's going to be stepping up because Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey are both out. So this guy's value just went through the roof. He went for 8 receptions off of 11 targets, 107 yards, and even got a touchdown versus Atlanta. Again, in a game where they lost 2 of their number 1 and number 2 receiver. All right. So this guy had to step up, and as you can see, stepped up in a big way with 27.7 DraftKings points. So at 3.6K this week, going up against Detroit in the game. Again, that should be a pretty nice matchup where they're going back and forth. So this guy to me is pretty close to a must play. He'll probably be my high zone player this week for me. All right, and then like I said, the Patriots defense, there's no way I'm playing any other defense. Well, I may have a couple of other defenses that I play if I need to save a couple of bucks, but for the most part, I'm sticking with the Patriots. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the defenses. When it comes to defenses, my favorite is going to be the Patriots. I like Green Bay, to be honest. You know, they've been getting a lot of sacks and stuff of that nature. I like Green Bay. Another one that you would probably like to go with, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. They're going up against that rookie. They're stepping up with Eli getting benched, so we'll see how that works out. And then you got Barkley on the other side, so not sure about those Buccaneers, man. But 49ers going up against Pittsburgh, you know. Ben Roethlisberger is out. Again, this team does okay. 27-7 in the last 2 games, but the 3.2K. I'm sorry. My apologies. Green Bay. All right. So, yeah. So, a couple options there, man. When it comes to your defensive guys. So, yeah. So, but quarterback, man, just to give you guys a little breakdown of who I like on my quarterback. I'm actually loving at the top. Of course, Dak Prescott, man. This guy's been on a tear as well. 28-36 in the last 2 games. You're thinking that, they're going to blow out this team. So, guess what? Dak is probably going to be a part of that, man. He's getting rush attempts. He's putting up yards. Dude is averaging, 300 and something plus yards per game? Like, come on, man. He's killing it. QB rating through the roof. So, Dak Prescott is probably my favorite quarterback on the board. Again, especially for, to me, he's a good player on the board. So, next up, I also like, of course, Jackson and Mahomes are givens, guys. I'm not going to talk about those two. All right. You don't need me to say to play Mahomes or play Jackson. They're both going to be very nice plays. Tom Brady's going to be a nice play versus New York, right? They're playing the third screen quarterback, for God's sake. Okay, guys? All right, that's why I'm going to be playing the New England defense in almost all my lineups. They're getting a third string quarterback, and this team has only allowed 3 points in the whole year as far as points on the board. So, third string quarterback, they're shutting pretty much all the teams they played down so far. This game seems like it's going to be the same game script. So, but Tom Brady should be able to do his damage, even though he lost one of his weapons. And Antonio Brown, he has enough guys to step up and play behind that. Jimmy Garoppolo's in a good spot, guys. He came off a good game where that team put up 41 points versus Cincinnati. He had 24 DraftKings points. So at 6.2K, Jimmy Garoppolo at home in a favorable matchup is not a bad play. Who else I like, guys? Josh Allen, of course. Buffalo going up against Cincinnati. Again, he's a pretty consistent player. Get you some rushing attempts as well. Damn, 10 rushing attempts in that first game. So there you go. Josh Allen is somebody I like. Of course, Kyler Murray been playing okay, right? Surprisingly, 19 and 25. Hadn't been rushing a lot, but this guy here definitely been putting up points. I actually low-key like the Arizona and Carolina game, man, just so you guys know. All right, so I didn't say it, but I will definitely have a couple of shares of this guy right here. All right, Christian McCaffrey. He let some people down that last game, all right, versus Tampa Bay. They didn't look too good, all right, but I like him against this Arizona team. Cam Newton's out. Probably going to be a lot of short dump passes from this quarterback coming in to play. They're probably going to lean on Christian McCaffrey a little bit more than they normally do. So I will have some shares of Christian McCaffrey. But as of right now, Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott are my favorite plays because to me they're safe. They're the safest plays on the board. All right. Next up, who else I like at running back? There was a guy that I had that was a value play that I like. So keep an eye out on that situation in Kansas City. All right. That Baltimore team is rated high as far as that defense versus run. All right. But if you got a pass catching back out of there, you got Patrick Mahomes on the other side of there. Definitely somebody you can look at. Peyton Barber, somebody you can look at for a value play, 4.6K. All right, got 23 rushing attempts last week, but he gets a matchup versus the Giants, who are ranked 19 versus the run, giving up 120 yards per game. So somebody you could consider. You got old school Frank Gore, supposed to be getting the start, I believe. All right, because Devin Singletary has been ruled out. So this guy's supposed to be getting a brunt of the plays. As you can see, he put up 19 rushes, 68 yards for 16 DraftKings points, and even got a touchdown. So I probably won't be playing Gore, but thought I'd mention that he could be somebody that you could play. All right, so that's my favorite plays right now, guys. So again, short video. It's my third time recording it. All right, but I do appreciate all the love, guys. So if you could, drop a like on the video for me, please. All righty. And if you could, drop a comment below. Let me know who are your top 2 favorite plays on the slate. All right, top 2. So for me, it's going to be Aguilar and Mr. Elliott. I will have a good amount of Ezekiel Elliott and Aguilar. So drop your comments below, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get off this video. So peace and good night.